Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Illuminated Reviews. I'm your host, James, and today we're going to be taking a look at the reformatted lines Tyrantron from Mastermind Creations. And this is their take on IDW Megatron, who, if you've read the comic books, is an Autobot currently. At least the last time I checked he was. So hopefully that's still a thing. And you can see right here, he doesn't come with that, but I've applied a Repro label as Holo label because I just feel it I feel it embodies the IDW art style a little bit better than a regular symbol, because in the comic books it kind of glows. And the angle it's at right now, it looks like it's sort of green, but if you get it right, it will. See, it's red. So, let me say first thoughts here. Really nice figure. I do have some nitpicks, as always, but I do think the positives outweigh the negatives. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the box over here. If we can get Megatron out of the way. And for the rest of this review, I'm just going to refer to him as Megatron because to me that's what he is. You know, he probably is that to you too. So here's the box. Pretty standard in this reformatted line. It's sort of basic. It does have that nice sort of 80s, not sure what you call it, the way they used to do, they used to show technology. They would usually have this like kind of grid pattern. It's got a nice picture of a Megatron on the box there, both his forms. Several pictures of Megatron on the back in his different alt modes. And I don't remember this guy's name. He's one of the DOJ members in the comic books, and he turns into a sniper rifle. That's about all I can tell you. And Megatron can hold him there. I don't have that figure, unfortunately, so I can't do that for the review, but he can do it. More Megatron on the side, pretty basic, sort of a greenish, an olive color on this side of the box. And that's the box right there. Again, it's thick cardboard, so it's the figure, if you drop the box, the figure should be just fine inside. And I'm just going to get the rest of the stuff that has to do with packaging out of the way. He comes with a comic book, a sort of a mini comic / instructions. Not the most detailed instructions, so I'm not going to do the transformation in this video, guys, because I'm going to probably fiddle around with it. And to be honest, I don't want to waste your time. It's going to be easier for me just to, if I'm going to do another review, it's going to be on, I'm going to review them separately as the alt mode. So if you want to watch somebody review it and transform it on camera, that's fine. I just don't really want to make a 35-minute video or something. So you can see, it's got some of the comic book inside. And he comes with a collector's card as well, which shows his stats. Pretty high stats. Megatron was never the fastest, I guess. If we can zoom in there. Yeah. So he's definitely smart. I wonder if his skill shouldn't be a 10, though. Because allegedly, I think in this version he was a gladiator, so he was the number one, he was the strongest warrior at the time. Who knows? I don't know where they get their stats from. Zoom in on this figure here. So first thing I'm going to say, beautiful sculpt. I don't think they could have gotten this more perfect than it is. That face, that is IDW art. There's no question about it. In my mind, I see this, I'm like, oh my gosh, IDW Megatron. How long have I wanted this guy? At least 2 years since I was aware of him. Maybe 3. And right now, I've got his fusion cannon attached. This is actually his, I'm going to refer to it as Megatronus mode. So his ancient Cybertronian mode where he was like a construction worker / gladiator. And you guys can let me know in the comments if that's correct. To my knowledge, I remember the Megatron Origins book where he was a construction worker that was dissatisfied on Cybertron. I don't remember about the gladiator thing. That, in my memory, that's sort of like Transformers Prime. But they have a lot of things in common with IDW. They were sort of on the same page, so again, if I'm wrong, that's fine. Just let me know in the comments down below. So I've got that on there right now. It's not technically, or maybe it is accurate. I don't think he should have the construction, the caution warning on the side. But in the comic books that I've read, His fusion cannon looks more like this, the circular version, rather than this one that it comes with. I mean, it comes with both, but this is the one they show him with. And I don't think it's that, I don't think it's that handsome, I'll put it that way. This one looks much more G1 to me. It looks more like the IDW comic books that I've read, especially the season finale with Tarn. So, yeah, that's the one I'm going to be displaying him with. It does have trouble fitting in there. It's sort of, if you don't get it exactly right, it sits kind of funny. And it's really hard to get that right. But even if you don't get it exactly right, it'll still go in. I'm just letting you guys know. Don't try to force it. It'll still stay on there. So, to be a gladiator, you need some cool weapons, right? So he's got his mace, which I don't really remember from IDW. You know, a lot of my knowledge is from the G1 cartoon. So he used to be able to put his hand in and then out came a mace, an energy mace. He's got that. It looks beautiful. I love the metallic. I mean, it's metal with a nice vac metallized purple on there. Looks just amazing. Clear is a transparent piece here, the purple end of the mace. You can hold it in the other hand if you want to. Oh yeah. That's awesome. I mean, that's actually how he's displayed at my shelf, something like that. This is probably the coolest accessory he comes with to me. Or maybe it's the second coolest because there's something else I'll show you in a second here. This is his Energon sword, which, again, you guys are familiar with Transformers the movie. This is what he used to wound Optimus Prime pretty badly. But since this is IDW, I think it's just an homage. I don't really know if he had this in the comic books or not, but it looks cool with the figure. The blade is not retractable. You can't take it off. It's all one piece. Very snug fit. And let's see, other accessories. That's really it for his accessories. Other than that, the coolest one I thought I wanted to show you. So if you've read, spoilers here, if you've read the finale of that thing with Tarn, when he fights Tarn. That's a pretty big spoiler right there. But there's a scene in IDW when, I'm not even going to say what happens, but he's contemplating joining the Decepticons again after a talk with one of his old friends or comrades. So that's magnetized, you're able to put Tarn's face on there, just like the comic book. So you can make him a Decepticon again, put it over his Autobot logo. That's pretty cool. And again, magnetized. I assume it fits in his hand, not well. Yeah. And I guess you could make him step on it too if you wanted. Not going to do that. So I don't have it displayed here. This is his kind of cannon piece. You have to screw it in. It doesn't just plug in. I'm not going to quite do that because that's actually pretty hard to remove. That's one of the harder accessories to remove here. But that's how he should look. I mean, oh my gosh, doesn't that just look amazing? This figure, yeah, he does make me giddy. Not perfect, but that is IDW Megatron. So let's, I'm gonna, whoa. I'm gonna take...
I'm not sure.
Thanks, Alexa. I didn't even ask you. Alright, guys. So, to change him out, is just chest piece, if you're handling him, it does come off really easily, so be careful with that. This is his construction worker chest. And let me actually position myself better, because I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to do this so you guys can see it. Yeah. Head pops off fairly easily, not too hard. Oh, yeah. Let's get a look. Let's take a look at this real quick. I just want to zoom in on that face. Dang, that is another fantastic sculpt right there. Really, I feel like you're getting what you pay for just for the sculpts alone. Those face sculpts are really beautiful. Okay. And these do say left or right. This is for his arms. So this is his left arm. Which, yeah. His normal mode is a jet. But his hey, they're both Cybertronian. His ancient Cybertronian mode is like a drill machine thing. So he's got the caution marks all over him, which is pretty cool. These are a little fiddly to get in there. I don't know how I messed that up, guys. I have them backwards here. Yeah, they're pretty snug. They're hard. They're not the easiest to get out. So I urge caution if you're removing these pieces. Don't pull them from the hinge joints because you don't want to break it. Though he is very sturdy plastic. I don't think he's not going to withstand a lot of punishment because this is a collector's figure, but I think you can be a little rough with him. Dang, yeah. He's supposed to have this drill up here. Again, really hard to get in there. You do have to sort of screw it in and push down. Alright. That's in. So his fusion cannon also comes with another end here. You can remove the end piece. And then you can put this drill on here. Ugh. So now, yeah, he's in construction, right? You know? Yay, I gotta get the contract done today. So there's Megatron in his original form. I'm gonna call it Megatronus. At least that's how I know it from Transformers Prime. Oh, guys, one more accessory here. He comes with Tarn's. He comes with an alternate head for Tarn. So if you had that figure from Mastermind, it had a face when you remove the mask. This one has like an alternate concept where it looks more like Shockwave or something. He's just got like a red dot for an eye. I kind of like the face that came with the original Tarn face better, but this is all right. Cool. And the Tarn mask does go in here as well. So if you want him to say like, you know, I'm tired of the Autobots or whatever, I'm gonna found a Decepticon cause. He's got it. You can make him do it. Can't really put his hand on his chest, but yeah, you get that much. And that's really what I'm going to cover. I don't need to say much about the articulation. A lot of it's to facilitate the transformation. But just so you guys know, he does have quite a bit of articulation. You can see. He's at single joints here. But they function very well. His fingers are all... Actually, he's got the index finger. That's on a separate joint. But they really stick together, so you have to really push that out. So you can have him giving orders or something. Yeah, actually, I really like that Decepticon symbol. It looks really cool there. But technically, he's, in my mind, in this form, he's not a Decepticon yet. So that's how I'll probably... That's the way I would display him if I displayed him in this mode. Yeah, his head moves forward and back. Kind of weird like that. You can see. Like forward and back. Like a chicken neck. His head's on a ball joint. Get a nice range of movement there. Not really much side to side. That's it. That's all you get for side to side. His waist is so tight. This is where I'd really be careful with the figure if you guys have it. If you're planning to get it. Waist is incredibly tight, and I wouldn't want to break any of those hinge pieces, so I recommend holding him from the front right here and the back, not grabbing these side panels. Oof. Yeah, and you have to twist really hard there. Side panels are on a hinge again, they move out. The front of his underwear piece moves forward, so his leg can go up. Goes up about that much. About 90, not quite 90 degrees. Single jointed knee. Nope, double jointed. I'm sorry. Got double jointed. That goes back pretty far. Again, it goes out to the side. He's got ratcheting joints, nice ratchets. He's got that heel that's articulated. His toes articulated. And his foot can go side to side a little bit. It's very tight. So yeah, he's got good articulation. You can get him in some good poses. You can have some good battles on your shelf if you want. Last thing I'm going to do with this video, guys, is show him next to his co-captain. You can see how they scale. And I don't love it, to be honest. That scale, I think that Rodimus... I actually don't think that Megatron's the problem here. I think that Rodimus is too tall. I think Rodimus should be... Because for some reason he's the same size as a Masterpiece, and Megatron's not. So I think he should be maybe 2 heads shorter even. I think he should probably come up to here. At least, if you're at least a head shorter, I think that would work. Let's see, I've got Swerve here from Make Toys. And I think he scales really well. I don't have Tailgate, unfortunately, but Swerve's the same size. They go together very well. And I also have a Unique Toys... What is his name? I actually don't even remember the name of this guy. Oh, Mania King. Or Mania King. Whichever pronunciation you want to use. So if you want him next to him, I don't think they scale very well either. Yeah, if you want Megatron to beat on Galvatron, because he's almost a head taller. He's much bigger. So, my final thoughts, guys. I like him a lot. Oh. Huh. I had one more and he kind of got lost back here. I just wanted to show him next to the Ultra Magnus. Let's take this box out here. Then we'll get into my final thoughts. But anyway, the Ultra Magnus. There he is. And Ultra Magnus is definitely taller here. Ultra Magnus is definitely at least a head taller than Megatron, which I think is okay. Ultra Magnus, in my mind, is always like one of the biggest Transformers. Depending on scale, sometimes he is the same size as a leader, but sometimes he's even bigger when you factor in his transformation. So, yeah, personal preference again. I've seen panels where they're the same size, and I've seen panels where Magnus is much bigger. So I think that works. I do think they're in scale. I think Rodimus is the one out of scale. But here's the funny thing, my final thoughts. I think the Rodimus is the highest quality figure here. He just feels the best. He doesn't feel so hollow. Joints are tight. His joints are excessively tight in some places. Rodimus seems to flow in every way. Overall, the joints are the correct tolerances. So they may not scale, but I do think Rodimus is a better deal for you. This is not a Rodimus review, and I'm not trying to really promote that figure, so really my focus is on the Megatron. I give him probably out of 10. Whew, this is a hard one, guys, because he looks great. I do have a few problems, though, so I gotta say I'm going to give him an 8. An 8 out of 10. That's going to be my final score for him because, again, those tolerances and things like that, and he does feel kind of hollow. Some pieces, like this chest, are just prone to kind of coming off if you try to grab it too hard. Rodimus doesn't really have those issues, so not a Rodimus review. I would give this Rodimus probably a 9 out of 10, and the Megatron probably an 8 out of 10. Both excellent figures. I recommend them. You can get him for $120 at Big Bad Toy Store. I think it's a little bit high for what you get. It's not bad, The quality's good. Like, you don't feel like he's going to break or anything, but I think $120 is... They're definitely asking for as much money as they can get out of him, I feel like. For his size and everything like that. Now, I will say, the reason I would recommend Big Bad Toy Store, or maybe even TF Source, I haven't checked TF Source's price, but Big Bad Toy Store I trust with Transformers, because every time there's a problem, something piece is missing, or there's a horrendous paint job on a face, Big Bad Toy Store has come through for me absolutely free of charge and replaced it. So when you order off eBay, you could probably find this figure for $100, maybe even less, maybe like 90 something from Hong Kong. So if you trust that, that's great. But you're playing that kind of game. Like, if you want that security, I would definitely recommend getting him from TF Source or Big Bad Toy Store. Or even Chosen Prime. I've heard good things about them too. So that's my review, guys. That's IDW Megatron. And I may make a separate video if you want with him in his alt modes. Just let me know, and I'll do it. I won't have too much to say probably, but I will make it. So this has been Illuminated Reviews. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.